All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome in. Sorry, just noticed my camera was a little bit off. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. It's been a nice snowy day here in Western New York, and spent a couple hours this morning out trackside, enjoying some trains in the first snowfall of the year, which was quite fun. And then I came down and got to work. I've got a bunch of different projects here on the workbench that I'll go through with you guys, but I do have also an envelope that came from one Mr. Dennis Colucci that I just wanted to quickly open up because it should be related to one of these projects, so figured it'd be fitting to open it up on stream. Makes sense that you recognize that envelope there, Dennis. I don't know. Why did I decide to open this like a civilized person? I should have just ripped into it like I normally do. Aha! Yes, so here we go. These are the decals for the SD40-2 that's sitting here. Again, this story is very well told, but if anybody here has not heard it before, the freelance SD40-2s that I'm modeling are supposed to be ex-BNCCS SD40-2s. So the plan is that I'm going to basically do a relatively crude job painting up the base colors of BNCCS. I've got a good match for BNCCS blue here, and then I've got something close. Dennis and I worked on it while he was here to the BNCCS crimson color. I like to call it crimson mud, but I'll end up using those and then putting on the decals and then going over it with my my freelance colors, the GWT freelance colors, and plan is to use some of the Tamiya chipping fluid and that sort of thing so that I can get a pretty good match for his... No, I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm getting ahead of myself. The plan is to have, my Railroad's paint scheme chipping off. I think it's probably just going to be one of the SD40-2s, and then one's going to be a fairly clean paint job. But yeah, you'll be able to see the BNCCS coming back through, which is why he was kind enough when he did his last run of decals to print me off a handful of his logos and the road numbers so that I can model those coming back through. But anyway, I hope everybody's doing good out there. It's been an interesting week for me, as people in my Discord will know. I'm not going to get into it here, but mostly just because I don't know if I could get through it talking about it. But it's been an interesting week. It's the weeks like this where I'm grateful to have the hobby. I'm grateful to have a place to, kind of fall back into to escape a little bit, because without it, I don't know how easy it would be to get through difficult things. So I'm grateful to have such close relationships within this hobby this week more than ever. I'm grateful to have the support of so many awesome people. But anyway, let's talk a little bit about the projects that we worked on this today. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm not quite thinking 100% straight here. I apologize. But yeah, we'll talk a little bit about what it is that we're working on throughout the day. I've got a couple of semi-finished projects down here. These are the two RRPX leaser units that I've been working on for my buddy Alex Colsey. these are now fully weathered. Really happy with how they turned out for the most part. 85 here. I completely bunged up the roof on this thing and had to repaint it, and I can't believe that it turned out as good as it did. But I'm happy with how these turned out. They are pretty much done now. I am waiting on... So this is actually somewhat of a funny story. These M636s, they come in a couple of different orientations. One has ditch lights on it and one doesn't. I had thought that these were the ditch light versions, so I never had my buddy Alex, who I am working on these for, order any ditch lights. But I realized yesterday as I was working on these things that neither of them actually have ditch lights. So I actually had to have him order those from Chris at Wallace Locomotive Works, and those are on the way. I'm actually out of LEDs as well, so I ordered LEDs as well, and those are all on the way, so I'll be able to install ditch lights on those. But it also means, the fact that I'm out of LEDs means that there's actually quite a few projects that I have completely stalled out on. One is 1703. You can see here that we've been working on the decals. The rest of the decals are on everything else, but it was just the long hood section that I was finishing up today. Still need to do a couple more applications of microsol to get everything to lay nice and tight and flat. So we might do that a little bit tonight. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this is looking now. It's progressed pretty well. There's still a lot of separately applied details to put on, grab irons, pilot detail, and most prominently ditch lights and headlights and rear lights, which I need LEDs for, which means I was not able to progress any further than I have with this right for the moment. I do also have another project that I'm not showing on camera that I'm working on for a friend. That is a decoder install. I finished that up today, and then he also has me putting in ditch lights for him, and again, out of LEDs, so I can't finish that one up either. So with all that said, that meant that I've actually, kind of gone back to the pending projects shelf and pulled some stuff off that I really wasn't expecting to be able to work on for at least a couple more weeks, but made some good progress on them today anyway, nonetheless. The first was the SD40-2, which you'll see here. This is a really slow go, specifically because what I'm doing to it right now is actually... Oh, and that did not... Oh, that stinks. I might have to see if I can fix that now. But the big thing I'm doing is actually putting on etched metal walkway tread on these locomotives, and I've only got 6 of these clips, so it's a bit of a slow go. I have to do only so much at a time, and then wait for things to dry and then come back to it. So I've been going piece by piece. I've got this back piece on, this piece here, and then this back piece of tread, which I'm a little annoyed did not set in there straight, I'm noticing, and I don't know as if it's going to be fixable. Oh, well, I hope it's going to be fixable because it just popped up. Well, we'll have to figure that out. But, yeah, this is the Canon Company SD40-2 Athearn Ready to Roll set. It's definitely very well designed. It looks like it just kind of goes on nice and flush. Pretty good stuff. But I'm excited. This is the first time I've ever done this level of detail on an Athearn Ready to Roll model before painting it. So it's an interesting project, and I'm enjoying doing it for sure. So yeah. And then continuing with the freelance theme, I'm also working on 4 separate freelance salt cars at the moment. One of them is another Magor 4750. This one is my IOU car for Joey Late Night Hobbies. I've got one of his awesome Salt City cars on my layout, which I am super grateful for. So this one, when it's done, is going to go to Joey. And I still have 2 other IOU cars to pick up. But I'm trying to make, because the Magors are going to make up the bulk of my GWTX fleet, this is what I'm making all of my IOU cars out of. So I'm just kind of keeping an eye out on eBay, trying to find good deals on specifically the Western Pacific ones, just so that they're all consistent as far as the lettering and everything else is concerned. So we'll be working on this for a little bit tonight, and then I've also got 2 of the XD&Hs here. Brandon, if you're out there, just avert your eyes, buddy. I'm sorry that I'm doing this to your precious D&H. And then this one here is actually a Sioux Line car that is going to be the first of the full repaint salt cars. This is going to go fully in Erie gray green, so that'll be exciting to have that done and taken care of. I went ahead and actually just used some isopropyl alcohol to strip the whole side of the car. I figured that was going to be easier than trying to get microsol decals of this wheat plant and all this fancy Sioux Line stuff that was on the side of the car off. So it seems to have gone relatively well. There's a little bit of chunkage left on this side that I might need to get cleaned up. It's still drying because I literally just took it out of the isopropyl. This side came off a lot cleaner, so I'm happy with that. But we might get that in primer tonight if we have time, and then we'll also work on these as well. So with that said, we're going to kind of just bounce around between these projects tonight. Yeah, not a lot of continuity as far as what we're going to be working on, because we're already halfway through things because I've been off all day and working on things. It's been very, very nice to have a full day kind of to myself at home to work on things. I rarely have a full day to myself at home to be able to devote to just being at the workbench, and it's been a nice therapeutic, more than welcome opportunity today for sure. Normally I'm going nonstop, so it's good to just be able to slow down and sit at the workbench and work on things, especially when I had such a logjam of projects to work on. So these decals that are on the 2 D&Hs are very freshly put on, so we're still in the middle of applications of microsol, bouncing back and forth. There's a lot more decals that need to go on these cars as well that we'll be able to work on tonight. The Western Pacific car, we should be able to do a bunch of work on that tonight as well. And then the SD40-2 project will probably only get like maybe one new set of etched metal walkway on there throughout the night. But anyway, let me check with the chat here, see who's out there. Say hi to everybody. Looks like I set this chat up a little later than normal, but it looks like Adam was still out there and ready. First things, Scott's here, Garrett's here, John's here. John's here and typing, which means that he might have gotten a new phone while he was up here for Up Around the Clock. He had mentioned that he had cracked his screen and it was difficult to type. Hopefully that's true. Dennis is here, of course. Welcome in, Dennis. And let's see. John Whalen is here as well. John Farrington's here as well. Holy cow, we got lots of Johns out there tonight. Denny's here. We've got Rust Belt here. I think I got everybody here. But welcome in, everybody. I'm happy to have you here tonight on this snowy Western New York night. Happy to be in the basement with all of you and not outside. Okay, so I think let me get you guys zoomed in a little bit more here. What a full day of model railroading does to a man's mind. Yeah, Yep. Yeah, let me get you guys zoomed in a little bit further. I don't know if I want to go. I think that'll work. So I think the reason this wasn't sitting right is because there's still a little bit of a tab from where it was connected to the rest of the etch. So I'm going to see if I can gently file it off at all without facing complete disaster, and then I'll try to get it re-glued back down. Okay, I think I don't think I did get it filed down all the way. Hey, Montana Northern, welcome in. Yeah, I'm scared that I haven't seen Brandon out there tonight. I might have ticked him off a little too much with these D&H cars getting done. Brandon is a very big D&H fan himself, so okay, I think I'm happy with how that's filed down now. Let me put my file away before I forget about it. Hey, Joey's here, welcome in. Joey, good news for you, my friend. We are officially working on your Genesee, Wyoming salt hopper tonight. I've got the Western Pacific markings off of it already, and we'll be working on getting it into GWTX for you, and then the next time I see you, I'll be able to hand it off to you. Okay, but first things first, right now we're working on SD40-2 here, putting some etched metal walkways on it, and I need to get the back section of this glued back down and clamped. Yeah, I didn't mean for this to end up being a full friggin' freelance stream, but that's that seems to be what it's turning into. That's the bulk of the projects we've got. I've got a couple more applications of microsol to do on this, which actually I can get a layer of it on now. Just slowly getting those worked into all the crevices. These back ones here are all the fresh ones. So we'll circle back and forth between that a bunch tonight, I'm sure. I should actually put these upright so that both sides have air to dry. Some full friggin' freelance streaming. There's I can't remember if it's a commercial or a show, but there's they keep talking about being full friggin' vegan, and I can't remember where I heard that, but I like full friggin' freelance too, so I've stolen it a little bit. Okay, anyway. Bit of an ADHD moment there. We've got our glue out here. Just need something to apply it with. And gently slide it under here. Get my clip out. These clips are really nice. I grabbed them from Harbor Freight, and they've served me well. Oh, I just felt the other side of this actually pop up, so I might need to reapply this on the other side as well. Yep. I really like these etch walkways from Canon Company, but they were a little bit warped, which kind of is a bummer. It's definitely, I would presume, making things a little bit harder to work on. All right, I just got to reapply glue over the whole thing now. So I don't know if anybody out there has applied these before, but all I'm just using super glue. I don't know if there's something else I should be using in order to do these. I'm happy to do that moving forward. Depending on if I have it on hand, I may be able to switch to that tonight. But I'm open to suggestions if there's another type of adhesive I should be using for this. Super glue is just, you know, my default. Wait, hey, this is very, very warped, difficult to work with. Oh, I don't have you guys in frame. Interesting that it warps. Yeah, so John, it's this is just Loctite gel control super glue. Come on. You're just singing the praises of this clip. There we go. Okay. So, I should have enough 3 clips to at least do one other section here. Let's see. I think I'm gonna do this part here. Joey, John, and I have been going back and forth a lot lately about some fun plans for Circa, which we're excited to be able to share with everybody at some point. It sounds like, I mean, well, I mean, it's not really anything that needs to be private, so I could probably just share it now if these guys are cool with it, but I'll give it a second, and unless they tell me, no, Paul, don't say anything, I'll just share it. Nothing too crazy, but some fun stuff. Yeah, I think so too, John. I'm already, you know, looking forward to having them on. Talk about some warp, though. Holy macaroni. I gotta clean up some of the sprue. There's Brandon. Well, not hearing any objections, I'll share. So we've got some Circa stickers on the way, which will be available at least the Rochester RPM. Joey and I will both be there. Joey, I don't know if Joey's planning on being there. I'm assuming Joey's just going to be there. Well, I don't know, Joey. Are you going to be there both days, or are you going to be... Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. So Joey is going to have Salt City there in some capacity. we'll have to see if he's going to have his own table, if he's going to be there both days, or if he needs somebody to look after it on day 2, which is certainly possible. And we'll also have some circus stickers there for everybody to check out, as well as some awesome brochures that Joey's been working on that look absolutely fantastic. They look like it's a real thing. To the point where I actually became a little bit concerned that people were going to think it was real. But we've got some verbiage in there now that's hopefully going to allow people to understand that it's not. But yeah, Dennis will be there. Hopefully Garrett's there too. Brandon's supposed to be there. We're going to have quite the showing of regulars here on this channel at the RPM, which is really, really exciting. This is something that the Lakeshores division of the NMRA is really excited to be putting on, and to already hear about so many people that are interested in coming. We're super excited to be able to have that many people there. Oh, these, holy cow. Why is it already adhering? I should have gloves on. Oh, shifted on me. You son of a monkey. Oh, I'm gonna ruin this. There we go. Now we're on track. This is the type of project that I'm almost betting I'll get a text from Mr. Rubino tomorrow saying, "Saw your stream last night. I don't know if I would have done that work on camera." Anytime I do something like highly technical, he's wary for me doing it in front of a bunch of people. But I then have to explain to him, that my goal here is to encourage people to be model railroaders, and having the courage to do hard things on camera is a big reason, or a big part of doing that for me. So I'm pretty happy with how that looks. I think, do I have one other thing that clamps? Because I got one other place where it's kind of a little bit wavy that I don't want it to be. Let's see. Should probably have more than this clamp-wise. Okay, I'll swap this one out. Use a pair of forceps. There. Nope, that's too tight. I'm gonna ruin something. Okay, I think that, I don't know. How's it gonna look if I pull that one off and just put that back here? Yeah, I think that'll be good. Flat stock. Are you talking, John, are you talking like styrene? Something like that, maybe? I've got some styrene. I don't have any flat, like, metal stock. Brandon. Yeah, I mean, I've got some styrene. I could cut a strip of styrene and put that on there. What do you think? Strip of wood? I don't know if I've got anything that small. Oh, I might have something that'll work. Let's see. Hang on. I think I see why you're saying that. Don't want to end up with wavy walkways, which I totally get. I don't know. The problem with this might be, I've got like this piece of Luan. These are my shims that I'm using for the new backdrops. I don't know. The problem might end up being, though, that it's too thick. Let me see if I got a thinner piece anywhere. Oh, that one's thinner. There we go. This one will work. Hey now. When did this become make fun of Paul night, huh? Yeah, I got exactos and squares down. I know exactly where both of them are. And thanks to Rick, uh-oh, something fell. Hope it wasn't important. I do have a short flat file as well if I need it. I think this is going to work though. It's slightly shorter than the walkway itself, but the end is pretty well down, so should be. Oh, maybe it's actually not. Oh dear. Okay, well. Yeah, make it work. Not really getting the amount of clamping pressure out of these clips as I was hoping for. Yeah, I mean, that's keeping it pretty well flat, so hopefully it'll work. See these air pressure, or these air, I don't even know what you call those, tubes, are making it so I can't put one in the middle easily. I don't know, I think this is gonna work out well though. Okay. Think we're going to be okay. Seems like that back one is doing a little bit better now as well. Seems dry enough that it's going to hold as is. So we'll set that to the side so I can stop stressing you guys out about being a half-assed model railroader here. Okay, so where do we go from here? What do we want to work on? Got to decide what I want to do as far as the graffiti patch outs on Joey's car. Just kind of slowly working my decals in on the GWTX ones. We're in pretty good shape there. Let me zoom you guys back out a little bit here. Every night is make fun of Paul Knight? Jeez, Tim. A quarter. Nice, Joey. You did give me ammo with the CCR stuff, Brandon. But, you know, what I'm working on tonight, I'll avoid teasing you at all. Ooh, this ladder is all sorts of messed up. That sucks. But yeah, with these cars on the agenda tonight, I'll avoid. Oh, jeez. Wow. Okay. Well, new plan. I'm gonna set that off to the side, and then when I'm done working on these cars, I'll reapply it because I don't want to break it anymore. Guess I'll try to get that all the way off. All right. So, I need to get this one prepped for paint. This one, I think I'm gonna mask off a couple of graffiti patch outs for it. And then that'll get painted at the same time as this. Hopefully this is gonna work. I've even got a paint booth camera set up for tonight so that I can still have you guys over there as I'm working over there, which will be cool. So let's start with these. Actually, we're gonna do one more application of microsol on these and then set them off to the side to dry while we work on getting the other two prepped for paint here. And once these two are painted, we'll start to think about what other decals we can put on these ones now and which ones need to wait for there to be, you know, a good heavy coat of grime on there first. All four of these are going to be, of course, Circa compliant cars, but these two are going to have been in the GWT pool since the 80s, so that means that the exteriors are going to be in very, very rough condition. And so the stuff like the Circa decals, some of the other decals are going to have to go on after. This one's going to be kind of a fresh repaint, so everything will go on, on that fresh repaint side of things. And then this one is just going to kind of be our standard aluminum-sided salt car that looks like $1 million because it's aluminum, even though it's in salt service. Okay, so we've got our microsol on those. I'm going to hit actually this again too while I'm thinking about it. There's a couple of places where I'm trying to get things to sit. There's a lot of fans and stuff. I can hold it up closer, but you can see there's like a lot of fans that I'm trying to get decals to sit down in. An eyelash or something on there. Over here as well. So it just takes a little bit of time to get everything to sit the way you want it to. But the rest of that locomotive is good decal-wise. It's finished, so that's going to be exciting to move on to the last few decals and stuff. How did they make Circa compliance? Well, that's easy, Joey. When you own Circa, you know, you can fudge things, right? You can't tell me Salt City never did, right? Right? No, I'm just kidding. No, they're still going to be Circa compliant cars. They're just going to be, you know, awful on the outside. You know, they're still salt cars, but they are going to be, you know, the oldest cars in the GWT fleet, as far as that's concerned, which means, you know, they're going to be showing a little bit of age because that's inevitable in salt service, as much as you try. Compliance for me and not for me. That's good. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So let's think a little bit about what we want to do as far as graffiti markings and stuff on this. I'll grab one of my other Circa, or excuse me, GWTX cars, just so that we can get an idea of what this one's going to end up looking like when everything's said and done. Oh, I've got 3 of these, and there's only 2 of these over here. Hello? Well, that's not good. Put one up. Ah, that's where it is. I've got one up on the shelf next to Joey's Salt City car that he gave me. Just forgot about that. All right, so just to get an idea of kind of what this is going to end up looking like, this is a finished Circa car, except for actually I just realized there's no conspicuity stripes on it, so I might need to get that taken care of, especially for Joey because he's modeling, I think, oh, now I can't remember. I think he's like 2010, so he'd definitely need conspicuity. Me modeling the 2005 timeframe, that's when they made those mandated, so a lot of people are just now putting them on in 2005. So I can get away with forgetting to put them on is really a big part of it. But yeah, you can kind of see that all this eerie gray-green on the bottom is intended to have been graffiti cover-up at one point, and then, of course, the local tagger came back in with some nice hot pink when he realized that all of the tags had been covered over and left his mark in some nice hot pink. So, yeah, that's kind of the idea that we're going to try to go with here. Just need to do, somewhat good of a job making some graffiti patch outs here. The whole fleet is essentially supposed to have had some sort of patch out done at one point or another, basically like halfway through the service life or something like that. Somebody in management got tired of looking at graffiti, basically is the idea, and they had a bunch of eerie gray green paint lying around the shop since it's the least used color in the locomotive paint schemes. So that's what they decided to use to touch up all the graffiti on the covered hoppers. So consolidated stencils, Adam, those are the, you'll have to remind me because, I'm not an expert as far as freight car markings as much as Joey and John lament my knowledge at points, ruining, their idea of what what cars should be carrying rock salt, but I'm not aware of what exactly the consolidated stencils are. Is that like what these black boxes are, Adam? You're modeling with and without. Okay. Well, Joey, just let me know then how you want yours modeled then, I guess. I mean, we can do it either, whichever is your preference. I've got the nice smoke box graphics conspicuity stripes, the nice reflective ones that look really nice. So happy to throw those on, even though you can't even get those anymore, unfortunately. Your recent hours in SketchUp. Oh, does that mean we're getting close, John? Well, yeah. Not that I'm trying to rush you or anything, to be clear. Take your time. Get that project right. Okay. I think we're just going to do the one graffiti patch out on this side. Nothing too crazy. And then maybe we'll do like a larger one going pretty far up the car on this side. It's really not that much work, Joey, if you want them. I trust me, you'll still have had more work into projects for me than I'll have time into projects for you. That freight house over there on the layout is just so fantastic, and so is the pepper car. I mean, this is the least I can do is put some stinking conspicuity stripes on freight car for you. Ooh, that did not go on straight. You don't want to do that. Hey, Milwaukee area rail fan, welcome in. Yeah, I like covered hoppers too. I think they're probably my favorite freight car to have on the layout, to weather, you know, all that stuff, all the fun stuff. Trying to make sure I get a good seal. Until they stink of old corn. Well, good news, Joey. These ones will never stink of old corn, but they might give you tetanus. Welcome in, by the way. Happy to see you. Alright, this one was supposed to go all the way out to here, I think. Two Joeys, three Johns. Let's see. We've got a Denny and a Dennis. I'm not gonna worry about doing too good of a job on the bottom side, just because all I'm really doing is trying to protect the bottom of the car. All right. and a partridge in a pear tree. So right before stream tonight, my wife and I had our monthly chiropractor appointments. And when we got into the office, you know, it was snowing and everything, and she's like, oh, I'm gonna put on Christmas music on the way home in the car. I was like, yeah, no. Hey, Andy, welcome into you as well. Just trying to do a relatively okay job, you know, masking off around this, the patch out points on the car. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just got to make sure I get everything that's somewhat adjacent to it, really. That should be good. Don't think I really have to worry about the top. Okay, happy with that. Let's get this car prepped and ready. Since they're both going in the same color paint, I'm just gonna do them up both at the same time. So I'll set this one off to the side. I got some cleanup to do. Some of the paint ended up coming off of this thing onto the trucks. A trace to -3 inches tomorrow, Brandon? Biscuit is your Christmas music. I think it was Limp Bizkit that just came out with a new song that when I saw the name of, I was very intrigued. Listened to it a couple of times. It was good. Interesting, but good. Let's see if I've got a spare baggie up here so that I can make sure I put all my spare parts for this thing in so I don't lose them. Trace to 3 inches. Yeah, we've got, I think, just it's not a ton of accumulation that we've gotten yet, but where did I put the bin for these? Ah, right there. Okay. Oh, I should have. Oh, I don't know how these. I hope these aren't glued in. These couplers. This is precarious. It looks like I can get it off enough to just get this out of there, which is good. Maybe. Maybe not. There we go. Pop it back down. Yeah, snow in western Pennsylvania, I'm sure. I went to college in Erie, Emmett. Boy, those were the two snowiest years of my life. Erie, Pennsylvania just gets hammered with snow from Erie. I mean, we get our fair share here in Western New York, but it's not anything like this. All right, Denny, take care. I cannot get this thing to pry up quite as cleanly as I did the other one. Trying to keep an eye on the time here and make sure we're being efficient because I've got Dennis up right after me, right at 9. We're gonna do the handoff nice and quick tonight. Nice and efficiently, I should say. I'm gonna try to be out of here by 9 on the dot and have you over to Dennis's stream. Okay, good there. I'm going to put this on a set of helping hands. That's my preferred way to do full paints like this. So on the first pass, I'm going to do the sides and the top. And then I'll circle back, put it down on its roof, and do the bottom. Nice and straightforward. Okay, I'll switch you guys over to paint booth camera, and I'll meet you over there. I've got to find the paint that I need to use for these, which is where? Man, as much as I try to prepare for these streams, there's always something that I end up digging for. Tonight it'll be the eerie gray-green paint, apparently. Oh, that's rust. Looking for a scale coat bottle. Uh-oh. Come on. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, there it is. Beautiful. All right. Now I just need a jar to mix this in. Maybe. If it's gonna open. Oh, come on. Bear with me, guys. Trying to get the bottle open now. Man, this is already awful thin. Did I thin this at some point and it just needs to be... I don't know if it'll go straight through the airbrush or not. Oh, of course I've left black paint in the airbrush. I didn't clean it out earlier. Man, I was being so diligent about cleaning out the airbrush today. I've been using it all day. And then, of course, the last time I use it, I forget to clean it out. There we go, nice and clean now. I'm thinking that this might be thin enough to just go. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oop. Gotta turn the vent on. All right, so we are ready to rock and roll. For a trace to 3 inches, they had the snow plow ready to go. That's crazy, Brandon. All right, here we go. All right, I'm gonna circle back to that. Doesn't like going over the warning decals very easily. Start in on the full paint car. I should have gloves on, whoops. Oh, that's interesting, Brandon. Yeah, I hadn't thought about the way the hills are gonna affect things. Oh, that's cool. There's going to be an Adirondack unit on... which one is 1845? Is that the one in New York Central? Maybe I'm making a trip to Utica tomorrow. All right, do the other end cage here. Still see the outline of the Sioux, which I'm really not mad about. If it stays, that'll be kind of fun, I think. Still plenty of paint left in the hopper there. Uh-oh. Oh dear. It was still a little wet. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, the RS-18U. Okay, interesting. Well, that's really annoying. This thing looked like it was all dry, but there was still some water hiding. Ugh. I hope I didn't just ruin the paint I've put down on it already. Alright, well, I just need to empty the hopper out. The sides are dry. I know they're dry, so I'm just going to try to, as cleanly as possible, get the sides done. We'll leave it at this for now on that one, and then I'll let it dry now that I got the hopper empty on the airbrush. Just got to clean it up here real quick, and then we'll start thinking about a couple other things here. Where is my acetone? There we go. All right, that should be good enough to make sure there's no issues with it. Hey Ted, welcome into the stream. Happy to have you. All right, let me shut the fan off on this thing. I think this is going to take one more coat on the Magor. You can still see the warning. Oh, I got to switch you guys back. Sorry. All right. You can still see the warning labels coming through, and I don't want to overspray it. So we're going to circle back to that one as well. First coat of Erie Gray Green went on pretty well on the Sioux line on the side. And then, like I said, had that surprise moisture underneath the roof walk that I didn't realize. So I'll have to circle back to that one as well and get it all ready to rock. It's interesting that it's going on so much lighter on a white background compared to that. Maybe I should have primed it, but I didn't. So, oh well. Okay, so let's just annoy the crap out of Brandon here for the last 20 minutes of the stream working on these XD&H GWT covered hoppers. Sorry, Brandon. I need my decal sheets, which are over here. Actually, those are not the ones I need. I need, where's my Ziploc bag of decals? Ah. Okay. So there's a couple of different things I need to put on from this sheet. I need to do the Built 374. Well, no, those say 374 on them already. Wow. Yeah. I need to patch over, actually, the When Empty return to Troy. And then I've got all this information about the most recent coating of anti-rust proofing that needs to go on as well. And then I'm retaining all the original car data, so we're good on that. So those are the only two things that need to go on now. We'll also, obviously I can do the numbers as well. That's easy enough. We'll wait to put on any not graffiti stuff until there's a little bit of grime on there already. Let's see. Get the trucks for the full repaint out of the way here. The strikeouts are painted. I just did those today, Joey. Strikeouts were put on today, and then I also just put on the GWT Herald decals as well. I'm still working on getting them kind of permanently set in place, slowly working them in. I think just need to do that one. The rest of these look pretty good. Whoops. This side's great. Yeah, no offense, Brandon, but honestly, I just love the way these cars look with the patch and everything. I don't know. If it makes you feel any better, Brandon, you know, if it's any consolation at all, I I'm only using these cars specifically because I also think that they're really cool cars. I don't know that helps at all. Dennis, I need you to do me a favor if you can, if you're still out there and not prepping for your stream. I can't remember what I used for the numbering series on these XD&Hs. If you've got your car handy at all, I would love to know what the number is so that I can know what numbers I need to put on these. Yeah, I love the color too, Joey. The shame of it is that the main color, once everything's said and done, is going to be rust. I also, if you notice, Brandon, you can almost, it doesn't show up very good on camera, but you can see the D&H numbers and stuff kind of fighting their way back through underneath these patches, which is sort of a happy accident, but I'm glad that it's like that for sure. All right, well, let's start by getting some reporting marks on, and then if Dennis has his car handy, hopefully we can remember what the numbering series is supposed to be. I have it written down somewhere, but I just didn't check before stream, so. One, two, three. Oh, that's right. Oh! Well, I kind of goofed these then. Yeah, I forgot I was going to retain the D&H numbers. Ah! Oh well. I can still redo them with the D&H numbers. Just made more work for myself, really, is all it comes down to. Yeah, I forgot I was just patching out reporting marks on these and I was going to leave the numbers the same. Oops. Okay, I do need to patch over the when empties as well, so let me get the patch out paper for that. Okay. There's some really cool warning labels already on these cars. Hey Tom, welcome in. Happy to see you. Yep, Tim. Well, you know, there's plenty of examples in real life of you know, cars all bought by the same secondhand owner having, you know, different styles of patches applied. So it's not like I'm out of the ordinary, you know, doing it this way. It still works. So no big deal. Oh, interesting. has a tighter fit than I thought. Maybe actually that rib I think is a little narrower than the one over. Not by much. Okay. Yeah, they had to paint over the rust. There we go, Joey. The other founding members of Circa started catching on to the half-baked practices at the GWT. Oops, nah, I didn't want that yet. Shut up and keep painting. We get paid by the hour. I don't love how the GW sits in here. It's slightly too wide. Maybe keeping on the theme of, you know, the inconsistencies on how things are patched, I'll actually get some other decals off of here for this car to do slightly differently. Oh no. Well, we can still do that. Yeah, maybe we can. Maybe we should just get them off of this car while we still can. Yeah, there's definitely some crazy patch jobs that happen. Let's see. I think I'm going to put the epoxy coated label right over this white patch. Or actually, I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to put the... yeah. I'm going to put the epoxy-coated thing right on the white patch. So, again, reminder as we're now into the final 10 minutes of tonight's stream. Dennis, Mr. N-Scale Train Boy, is coming on right after me, right at 9. So I'll get you guys sent over there as soon as I'm done. I'm sure he'll be able to post a link to his stream in the chat. Get some excess water out of here before I'm going to get that to stay flat. There we go. Okay, there's that one. Oops. That's not what I meant to grab out of there, but I did. The epoxy coating. Oh, put it on upside down, of course. Yeah, I should have hit that patch with. Good on that side. Oh, that started to bubble up. It's not cool, man. Okay. Let's see. Well, Tim, that's actually an interesting question about the black bars. I was actually planning some story around that. And it's some story that I think might give Brandon at least a little bit of happiness. As I've explained in the past, the story with these covered hoppers is that initially D&H thought that they were being smart putting these in salt service for the winter sort of thing. You know, once harvest season was over and there was no grain to be, used, they still wanted the cars, earning money, so they put them in salt service, and, well, they'll have never left salt service because once a car's in salt service, it's just not in good enough shape to go back to anything else. So the story will be that they then sold them to their subsidiary, GWT, And when they sold them, GWT was so proud that they had their own cars that they wanted to, make them their own. So they went out and spent money on logos and fonts and whatnot to really make the cars their own. And then the story's gonna kind of go that they got them all crossed out, and as soon as D&H heard about them spending money on these massive logos when they were instructed just to patch them out with GWT reporting marks, whoever the manager was that authorized doing the big Herald logos on the side of it and everything got canned because it was such a waste of money to go through such a thing. But they were so proud of themselves for having their own cars in the fleet now that they had to go out and put their own logos on it and everything. Just a little piece of interesting, hopefully interesting, storytelling is really the reason behind it. And hopefully Brandon, if he's still out there, can get some solace out of knowing whoever authorized the purchase of the big Heralds and the crossing out of the D&H got canned. Oh, dang it, I already do have the GW I need for this car. But that's also, part of the reason that the newer cars in the fleet, the full repaint and the patch outs, have a much more modest looking paint scheme. It's just a black and white logo. Nobody sprung for color prints on these ones, and definitely not as grandiose as far as what the cars look like. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me tonight. I've had a blast hanging out with you guys, but it is time for Mr. Colucci to start his stream, so I'll get you guys sent over that way. Again, appreciate you being here. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button before you leave, and I'll see y'all in Dennis's stream. Take care, everybody.